make bad grade in nursing school? Like, is that a such thing? Will you get kicked out if you fail a test? These things that y'all think of, like, because no. Stay tuned and you'll find out. This planter, hallelujah, this planter tells it all. I didn't like write down my every single thing that happened to me, every single thought, but what I did was each month I would write down an overall my overall feelings of what happened that week or that month. But for the most part, I did like a week and then I do a month. And I also wrote down like my grades that I got on each and every assignment, each and every test. So we're gonna go over that today too. So basically, nursing school, I had the mindset of you have to have an 80 in order to pass. Well, I was thinking that you had to make an 80 on every test in order to pass nursing school, but that's not the case. You can fail your test, like you can fail whatever, but you better have an 80 by the time finals come. After that final grade has hit, it better be an 80 or above. A 79.5 or above, nothing less, no rounding up, none of that. A 79.5 or 80, and that's it. So my very first test, this happened to me twice, both in the LPN program. Let me see, I had a foundation test and I can't remember exactly what chapter that was on, but my very first test I made a 74, and I have it right here if y'all can see. Let me see if I can zoom in. You see, a 74 was my first test, and I thought I was out the program that first day. Like, I was like, because I studied. I didn't like quite understand what did I not do right. Like, you still adjusting to the life of like being in nursing school, and I was like, this ain't it for me. I was like, I asked to be ashamed because somebody else could have had this seat. Like, I was like, this is not. I'm out the program already, and I just got started. But coming to find out that was not the case. You have to have an 80 at the end of the semester. So I was like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we had little tests and mini quizzes, you know, to help your grades out or whatever. But let's go to the next unit test for that same class. So that was pretty much in August. Let me see what I said. Because, y'all, this is back in 2020. So I put, like, right here on the side of how I felt for, like, that month. So let's see. So I said, so I completed my first week of nursing school. It was tough. I cried. I stressed. I gave in to God. Of course, He fixed it for me. Week 1 of test complete. Week 2, here I come. T-Bounds LPN. And like I always wrote T-Bounds. My first initial last name coming LPN on all my stuff because I was manifesting it, and it just like I wanted to see that behind my name. So I definitely did that a lot throughout nursing school, and I encourage you guys to do the same thing. So let me see, we're going to September. Oh Lord, I see a bunch of colors. All these colors and stuff. Grades, like grades and tests, like it was crazy. So my second unit test I made a 76. Like I was like, what the heck am I doing wrong? What is going on? Okay, so I see here I wrote down the week. Okay, so I did week by week, and then I did the whole month right there. Week by week, whole month. Yeah, what did I say this week? This week was great. I did well on my tests, and I passed all my quizzes. Stress-free week. Okay, so I had a good week that week. I made a 96 and stuff like that on my other class. That class is really easy. It wasn't nothing like that. But skipping on, we gonna skip a few weeks because I kept saying I kept staying in the 70s range those first 3 weeks. But baby, that 4th week, that took the breath out of me. I was like, this ain't it. I'm done. I can't do it no more. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what I got on the test. Like, I'm kind of ashamed to tell y'all, but but I made it through. So let me tell y'all. I'm gonna show it to you. That's not a 75. Baby, that's a 57. Like, I made that on a test what was that, test number 4 of 57. Like, I've been in the 70s range, and then I dropped down to 57. Oh my goodness. Like, I thought I was gone. Like, I can't do it. But let me see what I had put for this week. Cause baby, that I could feel how I felt now. So let me see what I said. This week I learned a valuable lesson. Work for what you want. No shortcuts. It was my fault, and I learned my lesson. Also, basically, I think I think somebody told me about test banks or whatever, and I took it upon myself. Okay, me going over this, I remember what happened. Somebody told me about a test bank, that the people was using this and then the third. So I was like, shoot, let me get them too. Like, let me get them too. So I caught myself, getting the test bank and only studying the test bank. That was it. No notes, no reading, none of that. Only studying the test bank. So with that being said, I got a 57, and I was hurt, but I could not be mad at myself because I did it to myself. So I couldn't be mad. And baby, that was a big lesson I have learned in nursing school. Do not only depend on test banks, because that's an easy way out. You're not learning anything, and you won't get far with it. So take that. That is a note for today. So moving on, then next week I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a little better. I got this. I studied. I did really good. I sat down a whole day studying, reading the book, this and the third, and I made an 84. Then next week, don't know what happened. Let's see. Let me show y'all what I got this next week. Right here, I got a 63. Horrible. Horrible. Let me see how I felt this week. So this week was great. No, that can't be right, because that week was not great. I probably didn't even write a note for that week. Let me see. I did not. I did not. So we're not gonna even talk about that. But the rest of the semester, I kind of got the hang of it. I had got me a study group, and I got the hang of it. So that was kind of like the good part for me, just learning everything that first go around in the LPN program. But basically throughout this video, I want y'all to know that you can fail a test or two in nursing school, depending on how many units that you have for that semester. Like, we had 10, so you had a little room for error, but not that much. But if you have like 6 or 4, 7, like stuff like that, like you barely, like you need to be hitting the ground running with studying and stuff like that, because you can definitely fail and fail too many tests and not have enough room or enough time to catch up. So but for the most part, nursing school, making bad grades in nursing school, you can. I did, and I still passed. And I just had to buckle up. I could not sit in my sorrow for too much longer. So I had to, cry, get it out, and pick up a book. Like, it gets so frustrating, because you have to do it week after week after week, day after day. But after you cry, you get all that out. After you get your celebration in for passing the test, so you crying to get out what you did bad on. Like, it's time to turn the page and start again for that next week. So it's definitely an ongoing process for a year or two, and after that, you get the hang of it. Get you a study group. With study groups, make sure that y'all are studying. Make sure y'all are not spending half of y'all time talking about folks in the class, talking about who did this, who did that, talking about things that does not pertain to the information. Like, make sure your study group is a study group and y'all are benefiting from this study group. If not, get out of it. Study on your own. Also, use your resources. And that's it. Like, that's all I got for y'all. So I will be back with another video soon. If y'all have any questions, please leave them below, and I will answer them in the next video. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.